Hey y'all, the elevator one here today, and I have a different kind of video I want to do. Today, I wanted to do a tier ranking list for AEW pay-per-view opening matches. And there's always a lot of talk about what's like the best AEW pay-per-view main events, but let's also not forget about some of the fantastic opening matches we've seen on pay-per-views. I believe there's about like 43, 44 of these, so let's just get started right now. First, we got AEW Double Up in 2019. SCU defeated Strong Hearts in the opener, and I remember watching this match. I didn't watch this live. I didn't watch this show in full until like the year after. This match was actually like really fun. It was really entertaining because there was a few like multi-man tag matches on the show, but I feel like this was the best of the bunch, so I'm gonna put it in good. And next we got Christopher Daniels versus Shima. I'm gonna be honest with you, I've never seen this match. For some reason, Friday Fest 2019, and also for the next pay-per-view, they're just so hard to come by. I don't know why on the internet. You'd have to pay for them, I guess, to watch them, but I don't feel like paying for it. Given the names involved, I'm gonna say it's aight. If any of y'all seen this match, just let me know. And it's probably stupid I'm doing this anyways, considering I haven't seen this next match as well. I'm gonna put this in aight as well. Darby Allin, Jimmy Havoc, and Joey Janela versus MJF, Sammy Guevara, and Shawn Spears. Names involved, I feel like you can't get a bad match out of that, so I'm also gonna put it aight and as well. And the next match is Jurassic Express vs SCU All Out 2019. This is also another good match to open a pay-per-view. I think there was another like multi-man tag match on the show because I think that's when Orange Cassidy debuted, but I do remember this one being a whole lot better than the other one, because that other one I think was like Dark Order versus somebody. Might have been Best Friends, but that was kind of put in the death spot, so the crowd was not just responding to it at all. But this match was the hot opener of the show, so I'm put up here in good. Santana Ortiz with the Young Bucks, Full Gear 2019. We are officially in the Dynamite era now. I'm gonna put this in good as well. When I first like saw the match was being made, I was so hyped for it. I just never saw it until like a few months ago, and to be honest, it didn't really blow me away all that much. It's a great tag team match. I wouldn't put in like awesome or definitely not incredible. No disrespect compared to other tag team matches we've seen on AEW pay-per-view. This one is not even close to it. Again, no disrespect. Of course, you can get a good match out of these two tag teams, but considering the other entries we got down here, I think good is a good spot for it. Dustin Rhodes with Jake Hager, Revolution 2020. I think this is probably the only place you can probably put this. I don't know why it's every pay-per-view match, let alone the opening match of a pay-per-view. You think about how to open the AEW pay-per-view. You want like something big to get a crowd on their feet. And Dustin Rhodes or Jake Hager are just two people that aren't fit for that role. I mean, I guess Dustin Rhodes could still go. Hager on pay-per-view in the singles match is a mistake. Alright, Double Nothing 2020 Casino Ladder match in the pandemic era now. This match was actually like pretty. I feel like a lot of people forget how chaotic this match was. There was a lot of like gnarly bumps in this match. I thought it was a pretty good match. I think this was the first Casino Ladder match they did, and this is the one that was won by Brian Cage in his debut. I'm pretty good. It was pretty fun. Alright, Big Swole vs Britt Baker. Nuts and what was not nuts and bolts. I don't know. Doesn't matter what's called because they match up. I remember the uproar there was when this was going to be on the 0 hour, and a lot of people took Twitter. They're like, "Hey, Tony Khan, like you built this match for a few months now. Why is this not on pay-per-view?" And then we saw the match, and I think we saw why it was not supposed to be on pay-per-view. And All Out 2020 already has a stinker on it because of the Matt Hardy thing. Even before that, if you have this as the opening match, that's not a really good sign for the rest of the show to come. All right, Full Gear 2020. This is probably the first. Up until this point, it's probably the best opening match on pay-per-view. Kenny Omega versus Hangman Page in the finals of the Eliminator tournament, which I kind of missed because they did that for a few years, and I thought it was pretty cool. But this match was great. This was obviously like, if you watch the match, and I remember you thinking it at the time, I wasn't disappointed by it, but I was like, they could have done a lot more. And of course, this was a teaser for the main event for Full Gear the following year. But even in just this teaser match, these two are so darn good that they still gave us an excellent match. And of course, we had better things to come from these two. The Evolution 2021, MJF and Jericho versus the Young Bucks. I don't remember like the reception this match got as it happened. I was like a few months after, and I don't know why, it just blew me away. I don't put this in awesome. This was an awesome match. Maybe if I watched it now, I won't be that amazed by it. I watched it for the first time a few years ago, and it just really surprised me. So I'm putting awesome. If you haven't seen this match, I highly recommend. Brian Cage with Hangman Page, AEW Double Nothing 2021. Another awesome match. This is like the perfect, although I feel like these two matches are better than this one. This is like the perfect pay-per-view opener. You're throwing one of the hottest guys out there against an excellent in-ring guy you do want to get that pay-per-view spotlight to, and you just do a bunch of cool stuff. Not crazy stuff, but do a bunch of cool stuff to get the crowd on their feet to get them ready for the rest of the show. And don't keep it long as well. I think this match is like 15 minutes, and it's a 15-minute sprint. They cram so much stuff into that time. It really shows that you don't have to have a 40-minute match to have an excellent match. But it's runtime, the stuff they did in that runtime, and the two guys in there. It's just the perfect formula to have it perfectly open up a pay-per-view. All Out 2021, Eddie Kingston with Miro. I'm pretty aight. The match didn't really do that much for me, and it had no build, like pretty much no build as well, except for the Redeem These Nuts thing. Easily the most memorable thing to come out of this little program. Not much to say about it. Full Gear 2021. Up to this point, MJF with Darby Allin was the greatest AEW pay-per-view opener of all time. And considering what else we got down here, possibly still could be. This match is a fantastic, or it's an incredible professional wrestling match. I mean, Darby still gets his flack a lot, but he really showed that he's not just a daredevil. He really can go in the ring on the mat, especially against like MJF. He still held his own. Like, there's no way you could doubt Darby's wrestling ability after this, and people still do. I guess you haven't seen this match yet. This is an incredible wrestling match. And yeah, there's still like a few bonkers things in there, but I feel like there was a lot more just actual wrestling than those, you know, regular Darby Allin bonkers bumps. I mean, there's like a tombstone on the apron, but like it's like completely legal in the match. It's not breaking or bending any rules. It's still within the confines of a normal wrestling match. And also MJF promising to win for a side headlock, and then he did. I think MJF did that a few times so far, and I love it when he does that. Like, not often does the wrestler promise things and he actually does it. Of course, it has to be MJF though, against a fan favorite. I know I'm rambling at this point, but if you haven't seen this match, I highly recommend it. Eddie Kingston to Chris Jericho, Revolution 2022. I'm putting good as well. Man, this feud has so much freaking potential, but he just ran into the ground so freaking hard. Only thing I didn't like about this match was at the end, when it ended, when Jericho promised he's gonna shake his hand and Kingston beat him, and then he didn't. Kind of like what I said up here. MJF promised something, he did it. Well, Chris Jericho didn't, and it kind of sunk the match for me a little bit though, because it's still a great match. And Eddie Kingston's reaction to him actually winning a big match, especially against Chris Jericho, was awesome. He even couldn't believe in himself. All right, WWF in 2022, MJF was a Wardlow. I feel like this is where the downfall of Wardlow began, when he was supposed to actually go up. MJF just completely ruined his. Hey, he was about to like, what, he no-showed, or he walked out of like a meet and greet, and he was threatening to no-show the show or something like that. That's all anyone was talking about before and after this match. No one gave a damn about Wardlow finally getting his revenge on MJF. No one gave a damn about him being signed officially by AEW. Everyone's still talking about MJF. And then MJF did that pipe bomb promo on Dynamite the next episode, and no one's cared about Wardlow even coming out of it. When MJF wasn't even there, no one cared about Wardlow. MJF has completely sunk any momentum Wardlow had. It was just gone, and I don't think he ever got it back, to be honest with you. Forbidden Door 2022, Eddie Kingston, Shota Umino, Wheeler Yuta versus Chris Jericho, Sammy Guevara, and Minoru Suzuki. I think this was for the Blood and Guts man advantage. This is an awesome match. I'm gonna say the same thing I said about Hangman versus Brian Cage with this one. This was a perfect way to open like your first Forbidden Door. You had 6 incredibly talented guys just do some great professional wrestling for 20 minutes, I think. They hyped the crowd up by doing some cool moves, and that's all this match really needs to be. All right, the Casino Ladder match from All Out 2022. One of the worst finishes of all time, with the Devil coming out. I don't want to be mean to say this ain't it. It was escalating with spots, and it could have like not been an all-time match, but like could have been like a normal match on the card. But that finish was so cheeks. I'm gonna put it in I. Like this, putting it this ain't it. This says it's bad when the match itself wasn't bad. It just had a dog-ass finish. So I'm gonna put it in I. Full Gear 2022. Jack Perry with Luchasaurus. Does anybody remember this match? I love this match. This match is awesome. Yeah, I'm gonna put it in awesome. This is a great steel cage match. I mean, if you haven't seen that, I know there's a lot of new AEW fans out there. So if you haven't seen any match like from awesome to incredible, if you haven't seen that, I recommend them. Revolution 2023, Ricky Starks with Chris Jericho. It was I've seen it several times actually, because I rewatched this show like twice, I think. Starks had beat Jericho already, like on Dynamite a few months before this. Then he lost to him on TV, and then he beat him again. I mean, this whole feud sucked. This is like prime shitty Jericho feuds, man. Blackjack Battle Royal for Orange Cassidy's International Championship. WWF in 2021. Or no, 2023, my bad. I'm playing IT too. That's a Battle Royal to open the show. Probably not the smartest move. I mean, I know that kind of goes against what I was saying here by just putting some guys in there to do good wrestling. But like a Battle Royal isn't really like a wrestling showcasing match. In my opinion, at least, it's just, you know, those guys getting tossed over the ropes. And then you don't really get a lot of drama until like the last 5 minutes. The showdown between Cassidy and Swerve Strickland as the final two was actually real good. I'd rather have just seen the singles match or something. Well, I think Kyle Fletcher challenged Cassidy on TV before this. Why wasn't that the pay-per-view match? Get Fletcher on pay-per-view. Forbidden Door 2023, MJF versus Hiroshi Tanahashi. I'm putting in it's Tanahashi in the 2020s. I mean, like, you can't really ask for that much. The match that we got was probably the best match they could have put on, to be honest. All in London 2023, Samoa Joe versus CM Punk. A lot of people really loved this match, and I don't blame them. It's a great match. I don't love this match. I like it. So I'm putting in good, because this match also has to stank with the CM Punk thing. He just whooped Jack Perry's ass back backstage and then walked out to wrestle his last match in AEW. There's a lot of good stuff in this match. Joe like slamming Punk to the base of the announce table. The Pepsi plunge. I won Punk this match. I feel another reason why I'm not too fond on this match is that we had just seen this match on TV a few weeks before this, and then they ran it again on pay-per-view. All Out 2023, Better Than You Baby versus Dark Order. This isn't a bad match, but it's not a good match either, hence why I have the Ike category right here. They couldn't have given Cole and MJF a better team. I mean, I was actually excited for this match because the Dark Order usually have great tag team matches, but this one just wasn't one of them. All right, this is the bad match. Wrestle Dream 2023, MJF just burying the Righteous. The Righteous never recovered from this. I still think they're feeling the consequences of this match. No one gives a damn about the Righteous. AEW tried a lot to actually get the Righteous on TV, but it just never got over. I feel so bad for them. Full Gear 2023, Patriarchy versus Cope, Darby Allin and Sting. It was an aight match too. It was fun. It was a fun match. Because if I have to consider it being good, it probably wasn't worthy enough to be with these other matches. So I'm gonna put it in good. I just remember Darby took a choke slam on the apron, like on his waist, like on his hip or something. It was nasty. World's End 2023. I feel like a lot of these matches can go in the aight category. Like if we're doing like a World's End ranking, that show was terrible. I think this is like the losers of the C2, and it was just the bad guys versus the good guys, and I don't remember much from it, so I'm putting aight. So Danielson, Mark Briscoe, Dan Garcia, and then it's Claudio over there versus Brody King, Jay White, Jay Lethal, and Roosh. I mean, it was cool that we got names like Brody King and Roosh, and at the time like Mark Briscoe on pay-per-view because they weren't being featured as heavily, but like the match didn't really do much for them. Like, it's not like I came out of the match loving Briscoe or Brody King even more. Revolution 2024, Christian Cage versus Dan Garcia for the TNT title. This was an aight match too. I think there was like the only part of this match the crowd came alive for it was like when Garcia got a near fall off a power driver, but that was about it. And for some reason, I don't know why this wasn't the Cope match. I guess they're waiting to do it in Canada when Cope actually won the title. I feel like that could have been like a two-parter. Did he have more than one match on AEW? Christian and Cope? I don't remember. They could at least done the first one instead of Garcia, but you know what? No, I think I remember the time I was actually like happy for Garcia to be on pay-per-view, so I'm just gonna shut the hell up. But the match was like, Kazuchika Okada versus Pat to open Dynasty 2024. This is an awesome match, hence I'm gonna put it up here in the awesome category. No, I'm gonna put it above all these other matches. This is an excellent match. I love this match so much. Okada's first pay-per-view match, a rare pack singles match on pay-per-view. Of course, it's gonna be a banger. Double Nothing 2024, Roderick Strong versus Will Ospreay. Ospreay winning that international title for his first time. I'm playing awesome too. Man, I remember I was actually like, we all know Ospreay's my favorite, right? To be honest with you, I was more hyped to see Roderick Strong get a pay-per-view title match, to be defending his title in a singles match on pay-per-view. I couldn't believe it. I think Strong's been in the company for like a year at this point, and he hadn't really like done anything like exceptional. Even as international champion, I feel like that whole reign was just a letdown. It was just kind of a bunch of like mediocre matches. But this is easily probably his best match in AEW so far, at least one-on-one. Leave it to Ospreay, right? Forbidden Door 2024, MJF versus Cesaro. Man, this match let me down so much. You get two great technicians in there, and this is the match they give us? Like, really? MJF didn't really have a great track record with Forbidden Door matches, really, until last year. I thought that Hangman match was fantastic. But yeah, this match was just a wet fart. Alright, All In London 2024 London Ladders match. Patriarchy versus Bang Bang Gang, the House of Black versus Blackpool Combat Club and Pac. Castelloni's right there, I think. This wasn't like an awesome ladder match. It was a good, I'm feeling good. It was a good ladder match. Nothing in that match was like, oh my god, that was crazy. Like, nothing like that. MJF versus Dan Garcia to open up All Out 2024. This match is so underrated. This is an awesome match. This is some techers right here, man. This is some graps, like actual graps, like the personification that Kurt Angle means. The only thing I do remember that there was a little stink around this match was that it was rumored that Garcia hadn't resigned yet, and he might go to NXT. So I think that's why MJF won the match. And the way he won it was kind of lame too. I think he was a little blowed on. Lead up they did for this match was all for Garcia to win it, and then he lost it. So it's kind of like, what, really? But the match before it was not lame. The same thing can be said for Wrestle Dream 2024's opening match. Hangman Page for Jay White. Man, the crowd was so hot for this match. This is right after Jay White came back from injury, so we immediately got him on pay-per-view one-on-one. That's what I'm saying. Like, the roster is so stacked now to where like names like Jay White and Roderick Strong and Pac in one-on-one matches on pay-per-views. So when they are, you know they're gonna bring it, and they always do. This match was awesome. The Full Gear match after this wasn't as good, in my opinion at least, but this match was great. The powerbomb on the stairs, that shin breaker on the ramp, these two beat the piss out of each other, and the people were behind Jay White in this match. They exploded when he won. Full Gear 2024, Private Party defending against Kings of Black Dome, Outrunners, and Acclaim. I thought this match existed just for the sole purpose to do the Acclaim split, and it didn't happen. I felt this match is a waste of time. Like, why can't Private Party just have a regular 2v2 match, especially for this first defense on pay-per-view? Even this match being announced, I'm like, yeah, this title run is doomed, because like if your first defense is against three other kind of lower card teams, I'm putting now we're talking. World's End 2024, Will Ospreay was a Kyle Fletcher in the Cardinal Classic Finals. This is either awesome, incredible. Because you could say the same. Man, no, I'm putting incredible. This match is unbelievable, especially knowing that Ospreay is going to the finals that night against Okada. Ospreay was. I don't know how people can hate this man. He literally put on one of the best performances of like any wrestler that year, and it's not talked about enough. This man wrestled like 2 match of the year contenders within like 2.5 hours of each other. That's just insane. The wrestling in this match is just awesome. I feel like the same thing I said about Hangman and Brian Cage, the same thing I can say about this match, but just 10 times better in my opinion. If you haven't seen this match, I highly recommend it. Revolution 2024 MJF versus Hangman Page. I don't know if it's a hot take or not. I'm putting good. This match kind of kept the same pace throughout, which I wasn't expecting, like, you know, like a fast pace between these two guys considering their styles. So like they were hitting finishers like 7 minutes into the match and they were kicking out of them. Like, what the hell? And it was the opener too. I was like, nah, I don't even rock with that. But the last 5 minutes of the match are actually pretty good. That tombstone on the chair, the Angel's wings that just drop MJF in his face. Kevin Knight versus Will Ospreay. This is how you make a guy with this match. This is an incredible match. It was like 12 minutes of just the most craziest things these two could do within 12 minutes, and it was great. Kevin Knight came out of this match a star, even in loss. I do think there was like 1 or 2 kickouts too many, which is kind of a common trait with AEW matches, especially Kevin Knight. He is not the status to be kicking out of like the Styles Clash and the Oscar back to back. But other than that, this match is exceptional. Just like Double Nothing 2025's opener, Jamie Hayter versus Mercedes Moné is an awesome match. To be honest, I think I'm gonna put it up right up here with Okada and Pac. Maybe I'm biased because like Hayter's like my favorite, at least on the roster in the women's division. The crowd was so hot for this match. I think this is like a more personal match for me because I was so invested in it because I love Hayter so much that I convinced myself that she had a chance of winning, which was ridiculous in hindsight. Like, why did I think she could have beat Mercedes for a title shot at All in Texas? I'm a fat idiot for ever thinking that. I remember being like invested and so into the probably one of the best women's matches last year. I feel like it doesn't get talked about at all, really. All in Texas, the Ops versus the Death Riders and Gabe Kidd. I'm pretty wasn't this match added the morning of the show, or could have been like the Friday night or something? This match was like added like right before the show. It had like, I mean, you can't say it had no build because Ops would be feuding with the Death Riders at this point, but like it was kind of random. It was cool to see Gabe Kidd on the stage that big, but it's like he showed out in a big way. I honestly feel like if you took this match off the card, it's like no one would complain. Forbidden Door 2025, excuse me. Patriarchy versus Cope and Christian Cage. It was I'm not gonna say this ain't it because it's not a bad match. It's a perfectly fine match. Like there's nothing else I can say about it really. FTR versus Cope and Christian Cage, All Out 2025. I love this match, man. I know it didn't get like that good or that much praise, but I don't remember getting that much criticism either. I think it's an awesome match. It's an awesome match, and that's my opinion. I know a lot of people weren't vibing with Cope or FTR during this time. It might want a few people that still likes Cope, and I've always loved FTR. FTR is like one of my favorite tag teams. Christian Cage is cool too, but I thought this match was great. There were a lot of near falls. I know I held that as criticism against Hangman versus MJF, but I feel like this match was a better match before those near falls. Wrestling Full Gear would be kind of weird because they had a 0-hour match roll into the main card. But the advertised opener for Full Gear or for Wrestle Dream was Jamie Hayter versus Tekla, so that's what I'm going with. Again, I'm biased because I love Hayter and Tekla. As soon as I started liking Tekla heavy, this was like a dream match of mine until it happened. I'm gonna go my heart. It's an awesome match, and it wasn't getting bashed, but it wasn't getting like crazed as I thought it should have. It's an excellent match. You haven't seen it, and I recommend it. I saw a few comments saying it was sloppy, and in my head I'm like, well, it's Hayter and Tekla. Like they just hit hard. You're not gonna get like smooth sequences and transitions between these two. Full Gear 2024 or 2025, excuse me. Darby Allin versus Pac, but before this they had Okada, Takeshita, and Etchishiro, I think, versus El Sky Team for CMLL. That was on the 0-hour. It rolled into the main show, but I think the advertised opener was Darby versus Pac. So I'm gonna go with Darby and Pac. And it was a good match. I feel like it had potential, but he had like some Wheeler Yuta interference. Because Darby Allin was bumping his ass off like he always does. Press slam to the floor. He did that thing he does where he throws himself in between the turnbuckles. Pat going out through the burns on Darby's arm. It was a gnarly match, but I feel like the interference just kind of ruined it. And last for now, as I'm recording this video, Kazuchika Okada versus Konosuke Takeshita in the C2 finals. I'll put it in good 2. This was clearly a teaser match for what's to come that we haven't seen yet. But I feel like Omega vs. Hangman was a way better like first look match than this one was. The finish was flat as hell. I think I said that in my written post. The air got sucked out of the building for that finish. Like the crowd was so hype, and then Okada stabs with the screwdriver and wins, and like no one reacted. It was just kind of like shocked and confused because everyone. I feel like a lot of people had to catch the win the whole thing. But yeah, guys, that's my list. I'm actually surprised there aren't more matches up here in the incredible category. Let me know what y'all think down below. My idiot. it? Do I know what I'm talking about? I'm not a wrestling expert, nor do I claim to be. This is just a fat guy's opinion. Went through it real quick. Now this ain't it. Being these matches are actually bad. Hager with Dustin Rhodes, Big Swarm with Baker, MJF and Wardlow, and the Righteous with MJF. All of these right here. These are just kind of middle of the road matches that I could have done without. Good. These are good matches that I just feel like could have been more or less actually in the case of Hangman versus MJF. Awesome. Any matches from Awesome and up. If you haven't seen them yet, if you're a newer fan to AEW, I recommend seeing all these matches. I know it's a lot, but you won't regret it. And Incredible, MJF, Darby Allin, and Fletcher vs. Ospreay. And I do think MJF's Darby Allin is the greatest AEW pay-per-view opening match of all time. That's it for today. If y'all would like to see this again, let me know down below. Let me know what you think about these matches. Where would you rank them? And again, thank y'all for watching, and I'll see you on the next one.